Hello, this is Mr. Millay, and here is your review for Advanced Placement United States History Quiz tomorrow. Vocabulary terms: New England colonies, 95 Thesis, John Calvin, Martin Luther, Miles Standish, Elect, Pilgrims, Predestination, John Smith, Chesapeake Bay colonies, Squanto, William Bradford, Rebecca Nurse, Great Migration, John Winthrop, Freeman, John Cotton, Anne Hutchinson, William Penn, Roger Williams, Thomas Hooker, Fundamental Orders of Connecticut, King Philip, Wasp, Harvard, Manhattan Island, New Amsterdam, Jacob Leisler, Society of Friends, Poltroons, Religion. Make sure you know why people moved to New England. Make sure you can tell me the difference between a Puritan and a Pilgrim. Make sure that you know who the visible saints were. Make sure you can tell me why it was such a problem that the Pilgrims settled in Massachusetts instead of where their charter said they could go, and what were the results of that. Tell me why the Mayflower Compact was important and what did it say. Make sure you know what those two B's we talked about were that helped make the Plymouth colony successful. Give me 2 of the 3 reasons why we talked about the Plymouth colony having lasting importance. Make sure you know what colony the Plymouth colony eventually ended up joining. Make sure you know what a city on a hill is and what John Winthrop meant when he said that. Make sure that you know about the Quakers' beliefs, why they were different than everybody else, how they felt about women and men. You know, women were equal in church but not in regular life. Just differences about the Quakers had against other people. Make sure you know why the people that went to the Massachusetts Bay Colony were different than the other colonies. Make sure you know in what ways Rhode Island was more liberal than the other colonies. Make sure you know about the Salem witch trials, how did they start. This is an essay question. Know all the information that I gave you on that reading. Make sure you know who Charles I is and why he wanted to break up the Massachusetts Bay Colony. You know, more why he wanted to break up the Massachusetts Bay Colony than who he was. Make sure you know about the New England Confederation, what it was, its significance, and why it was important. Make sure you can tell me the difference between the northern colonies and the southern colonies. And I give you a bunch of things to talk about: women's rights, religion, type of colonist, education, life expectancy, anything else you want to talk about. What was the cause and result of Leisler's rebellion? Make sure you know why the Pennsylvania colony was created. You know, that haven for Quakers. And make sure you can tell me that American Puritan ethic, APE. Tell me about it. What was it? How does it affect our nation's character? All that stuff. And if you can study all of that, you will be doing fine for the quiz tomorrow.